This carelessly laid out collection of multi-tools is my Leatherman collection. I think of myself as someone who has a lot of unnecessary gear that I sort of just buy out of collectability or compulsion. And when I look at this, I'm actually not too bad. I'm not too bothered at myself because I've pretty much got a loose covering of all the different sizes and styles of Leatherman that are made. I haven't gone overboard. I haven't got, more than one of each because I'm too scared about, what if I break my wave and don't have a wave? I'll better get a second one. And when I do have the stuff, I'm kind of more than happy to lend it out. This is actually, I've kind of claimed it back for a bit of cleaning and service, but I've got this one kind of out on permanent loan to one of my buddies, but there you go. So I've got 8. I've got 7 here and I have a Leatherman rebar. Fortunately, that's the same as a super tool but smaller, so when I go into that, you'll be able to see all the tools that you get on a rebar, which is about the same size as a wave, same tools as a Leatherman super tool, but weight of a Skeletal. It's quite a good little one, rebar. But I think I've done a couple of times covered the rebar because it's probably my favourite, or one of my favourites. Anyway, I'll get into it. I'm going to go through each tool and why I think it's good or bad, and what things on it are good and what things on it are bad. All of these tools have things on them that are really good. Some of them have things that need improvement. I'll start with, let's go with the Leatherman Skeletal because it's closest to my left hand. I'm going to try and keep this video under 15 minutes, so I'm going to kind of rush a bit. I've done this 3 times now. Last time was 27 minutes. No one wants to watch that. No one wants to watch 27 minutes of me talking about my Leathermans. If you want to watch 15, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. The Leatherman Skeletal is a pocket knife and pliers about equal priority. It's really is good for just being a one tool, one daily, like if you don't want to carry both the smaller multi-tool and the pocket knife. You can do both with this. It's got a good blade. The blade's made of proper knife blade steel, not just your 420 HC stuff. And it's shaped like a proper knife, and it's contoured like a proper knife. It's got a good liner lock. It's very, very sharp. It gets sharp quite easily as well. I've put somewhat of a convex grind on it because my sharpening skills aren't that great. But that's a good side effect. Convex is good. Better than concave, right? It's got a carabiner. I use this carabiner. I attach it to my belt loop on the outside of my pants when I'm a bit ashamed of doing that because someone might notice and say, why has this nerd got a multi-tool hanging off his pants? I put it in my pocket with the pocket clip. I don't use the pocket clip as the primary because, and this is the bad thing, your finger catches on this every time your hand goes past, or the side of your hand does. And it's a bit sharp, the tang of the blade there. Has reversible screwdrivers. The other one fits into the handle there, so it's flathead, and I've got the double Phillips there. So 1 and 2 Phillips, 1 and 2 flat. All the bit kit ones fit it as well. Pliers are good, light duty. Very comfortable in your hand both ways. So probably my favourite after the rebar or with the rebar. It's comfortable, it's made of very good materials, it's stylish looking, very good tool, Leatherman Skeletal. CX, the Leatherman Skeletal standard has a serrated 420 HC blade, which sucks because serrated blades suck. The Style CS, same family as there's Skeletal, Freestyle, Style CS and PS. This is a scissor-based mini multi-tool. The scissors are good, they're internally sprung. So, yeah, I mean, if you need a little pair of scissors on you, you could do worse. This plastic here feels a bit cheap. I would have settled for a bit more weight and some aluminium. Got tweezers hidden in the handle. Just there, pull them out, tweeze away. You've got, these ones are often, the little ones are often for personal grooming. The other primary thing on it is the nail file / little Phillips, 2D Phillips or eyeglass screwdriver. It's alright. There's a couple of things I don't like about it. I don't like how the knife has its nail nick so far back. Like, why would you do that? You have to really, like, it's not easy. It should be easy. It's not easy. They should have not put those 2 dumb holes there and put it there. What are you thinking? Or even put it way up there. I wouldn't care. You can still get it there. It's fine. And the carabiner is a good idea, but it's a bit rickety and a bit crap. Like, it just sort of goes from side to side a bit, and it's fine. We'll open a bottle for you, but for like $20, I guess it's a cool little collectible and still a good little present for someone. Get someone a gift. Get them one of these. Put it in their Christmas stocking. Leatherman Micra. Everyone's seen Leatherman Micra. People who don't know Leathermans have probably seen a Leatherman Micra. Oh, folding scissors. Yeah, it's a Leatherman Micra. Generally, they've been around for ages, about 20 years now. In 1995 or so, yeah. Getting to 20 years. Has a little screwdriver, the same, pair of tweezers that suck and don't work. Sort of just very improvised. Look at that. If we get 2 bits of metal and put them together, does that make tweezers? You're a genius. Make it happen. Make it so. Eyeglass screwdriver with a bottle opener. There's a good bottle opener. It's nice and deep. A nail tool, so file and cuticle doer. A little flathead screwdriver too. And your knife blade, which the previous owner, I got this for about $5 on eBay. The previous owner has completely made a mess of this knife. I'll have to fix it by taking about. It'll be another one of those by the time I finish with it. I'm going to have to take that much steel off. Anyway, folding pair of scissors, not too bad. Just I don't really use them that much. The little ones. Well, I use this one because that one's actually got proper tools on it. But the little groomy manicure ones. It's more for people who check the nails and pull out hairs all the time. Girls, yes. The Juice CS4. I think this is one of the best looking Leathermans. I love that vivid blue. It's great. I think it's really lame that Leatherman have gone with those earthy tones in the redos, with that one really crap sort of dull steel scale, and the other one's a ripply aluminium with a pattern and a crap poo colour, like various shades of diarrhea brown. Oh, there is a blue one. I think the CS4 remains blue, but it's like a boring baby blue now. Anyway, this I should have got the S2 because this has 3 extra tools or 4, but 3 of them are useless. Like this bottle opener and thing. I don't think much of this. I don't care much for the a bottle opener and a corkscrew. I know it's cool. That's a cool idea that it sits on the rim of your wine, but I don't think you're going to be. The people who drink the type of wine that still has corks aren't going to be using Leathermans to open them. The scissors are good. The scissors are like Victorinox quality scissors, better even because that spring isn't going to go boing and bounce off like they do on the army knives sometimes. Nice big jaws, look at that. You could cut a ball of twine in half with that. No, you couldn't really, but you could try. And you've got an awl that doesn't work. This is one of the third tool that I just wouldn't use. It's blunt and yeah, you could probably dig it. You could probably gouge something in it after ages, but it's got a sewing eye, which I guess helps, but it hasn't got any edges on it really, so a bit useless. And then the saw is cool. Like the scissors is just your standard, like it's made right, like it's wider at the bottom and thinner at the top, but the 2 things get in the way of each other, so you can't shut the saw when the awl's down for a start. And then when you do shut the saw, it goes into the awls. It goes into where the awl's supposed to live. See? Goes across. I know it's a thin bit of metal and it's hard to fix, but you have to just kind of poke it across with your finger and then shut it. And that's not Leatherman quality. I don't know. I was a bit bummed at that. I know I'm obsessing, but I'm a person who owns 7 Leathermans. Of course I'm going to obsess. The pliers are fine. Like the pliers are good, solid. They feel a bit like the Wave or the Skeletal. They feel a bit between the Skeletal or the Wave pliers. They look like the old-timey Leatherman PST pliers. A bit smaller, but good. They've got the hard wire stuff in them as well. Yeah, you could probably do a bit of work with them, I think. The inside tools, good little Phillips. Very short though, which is fine. Like I guess you've got this whole length as well if you really need it. That's okay. It's got a lanyard hole there next to it, which is a bitch to get out. But then these flathead screwdrivers, I just hate them so much. I hate them with every ounce of my being. They're so hard to get out, and they hack up the back of your finger when you get them because it's really sharp there. Wankers. All 3 of these screwdrivers, if they were people, would be wankers and you wouldn't want to be friends with them. I'm not even going to try and get those other 2 out. They're all the nail nicks are at different angles, and I don't know which genius thought that was a good idea, but they should definitely have their genius card taken off of them because it's the opposite of genius. So yeah, looks good. All the tools are on slip joints, so it's not your super heavy duty stuff yet. It looks good. It's a good little pocket tool. It's kind of the equivalent of like a Victorinox Deluxe Tinker, which has pliers in it too. I'd probably still get this because I like having big pair of pliers. Knife's still about the same size. I haven't shown you the knife. Well, that's not the knife. You're the knife. There you go. Yeah, so the knife's about the same length. It really is on par with some of Victorinox's best. This one. Moving on. The Squirt PS4, I'm just uploading a video review of this, so go and watch that for the full details. It's a plier-based mini multi-tool. And it's very, very good. It's the best one out of all of them. Makes the others obsolete because it's got scissors on it too. So go and watch that video, by all means. Give me some more hits. The Leatherman Wave. This one's seen about 4 years of use now. Use and abuse, and it is really, really strong, robust. Just feels rock solid in your hand. Feels more solid than the heavy duty, so to speak, super tool, even though the tools aren't as big or capable. Anyway, the pliers, which I hope will one day be replaceable, have good wire cutters, hard wire, normal wire, nailing for bolts, needle nose tips. Good pliers. Yeah, I meant these. I hope the wire cutters are replaceable. Still covered in oil from its oil bath. It's got some inside tools. It's got a really big, stupid, useless flat driver, which seems like just a filler because it's got a bit driver set on the other end. It's got a cool little eyeglass screwdriver, which is just an awesome little tool, and it's reversible. See that? Little Phillips, a little flat, that's cool. And then you've got your scissors. Yeah. Put these other things back in there. Flap the scissors around for a bit. Flap, 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 flap. That's good. You could cut, just anything you use little pocket pair of scissors for. Pretty cool. All the tools lock as well, so it's kicked it up a notch for stability and safety by having locking tools. Got your bit driver, which, as I said, makes this thing seem really dumb because they're almost the same size as well. So, geez, I should have just put like a long ruler there. That would have been something. Although I guess there's a ruler on the side here. I don't know. They should have put like a cheese knife or something. I don't know. Whatever. Just that thing is useless. Or reinforce it and make it a proper pry bar. Don't be scared. Do it. It's got a can opener as well. And I swear they just keep putting can openers on these things. Says this one guy'd write them a letter if they didn't. Hey, you forgot to put a can opener on the last Leatherman. It must be. Because I've never opened a can with a can opener, like a hand one. All the cans I use are pull tabs. Serrated blade. Very cool. This is getting more towards, this is a good work knife, like a good work multi-tool if you work in any sort of, any industry really, like anything that's not sitting at a desk, put this on your belt and you'll feel like a dude. It's great. Good, solid, positive serrations that aren't too dangerous. Got a nice snub nose so you can't go stabbing anyone with it. Good times. The main blade on the other hand, that's a wicked looking main blade. It's at a very fine point. I've actually dug splinters out at the point of this blade. I've just sharpened it so it's really sharp again. It's only made of the basic 420 HC stainless steel, but it's nice and long. See how long it is? It's longer than the Skeletals even. And the Skeletal was like primary knife, see? Wow. Just long and nice. It's kind of flat ground as well. It's like, yeah, it's good. Good blade. The diamond, that's a saw. Saw is good. It's wider at the bottom, thinner at the top. Doesn't get stuck on wood. You can saw anything that's as long as that really, or something that's twice as long if you came at it from two angles. Pretty happy with the saw. And the diamond file. This is ingenious. If you could take it off like you can with the Surge, then this would be perfect. But you can still use it to sharpen other knives, but it's just like a proper diamond grit surface. So it's like sandpaper. You can just make a knife, like hone a knife and make it sharp again. Nice. And the other side is cross-hatched standard file, which you can use for nails or just bits of metal or wood or whatever. Anything you need filed down but not cut down. And that is Leatherman Wave. The Leatherman Wave is the one that you'd tell someone who's, I'm looking for a Leatherman, but what's a good multi-tool to get? You'd say, I get the Leatherman Wave. You can't go wrong with it. You can pay extra for the charge and the charge with the aluminium or the charge with the titanium, but it's all cosmetic. This is a solid hunk of steel. It's pretty heavy, like it's not. What is it? I'll just weigh it quickly. Sorry, I know the time is getting away from me, but so it weighs 240 grams. So it's a quarter of a kilo. It's like carrying a half a bottle of Coke with you all the time. Yeah. And the super tool, I mean, it's a lot bigger. The super tool is only 50 grams heavier. So it's just dense, isn't it? It's like a big dense little, just packed with metal and it all unfolds, whereas this got a bit more empty space in it, I think. Moving on to that, super tool at 290 grams is my biggest Leatherman. And this is veering very far from the everyday type carry. This is just a proper tool. Like, this is something you'd have hanging on your wall in your pantry for like your odd jobs around the house, because all the tools on it are fully formed but a bit cumbersome. So there's none of the outside opening. On the outside you've just got the locks and some rulers. That's it. So you're not going to be using any of these things fast, but if you've got a proper job that you need to do with a proper tool, then you can get this, and it's just good because it means you don't have to bring your saw with you, or you can just bring this. You don't have to bring your knife with you if you need to do some marking on some wood or scrape off some paint or something. And the pliers are just solid. Like, these are, you can see why they've started putting these pliers on their surge and even on the rebar and stuff, because got nice. They're just substantial. Very, very good. Come to a perfect point. It's still really, really well made. Doesn't feel as stocky and solid as the Wave there, because it's not as dense. It's got all this empty space in the hand. It just feels a bit tinnier or something. But then it's cheaper too. The Wave is about $100 tool now, and this is an $80 tool, and it's bigger. So if you want something that feels like the Wave, it's the same size as the Super Tool, you get the Surge, wouldn't you? I guess I'll show you the tools quickly, and then we'll be done. The second most used tool after the pliers for me is this great Phillips long shank driver. Everything locks again, just shut the useless can open, that's all I'll say about that. And the reasonable, this is a good size flat actually, not too bad. So I'll close the useless can open, they're a good size flat, snap that into place. That's a nice good long driver. Whenever I use a tool on Leatherman, I close the whole thing up and hold it like that properly. This one's good. It does move up and down a little bit, but again, it's because the handles are so long, and it really is just hinging on these two little points here. So by no means is it fragile though. Close that up. So you got, what did I say, you got serrated knife again. Don't really see the use for a serrated knife on this tool. Serrated knives to me are more for medical, like first aid reasons and stuff like that. So they could have put perhaps a diamond file. I would have appreciated. The saw is good. Got the other knife, which is good knife. And then you've got just a normal file, which has got wood side and metal side. So a diamond file would have been great instead of that serrated blade, or some scissors maybe. I'd still probably use scissors on a tool this size, but you get what you're given. And this gives really well still. So that is my full Leatherman collection. Let's line them up all again. Close them all up and put them away. If you're going to get one, you've never got a Leatherman, or you don't know which one to get someone, get them a Wave or get them a Skeletal. Get them a Wave if they just want the idea of having heaps and heaps of tools in something, like a bit Swiss Army knife-ish, because it does have heaps of stuff. It's got 19 things in it. But if you're not someone who would just as much like a good pocket knife, this is really good because it's light enough that you carry every day without being too bothered. Like, it only weighs, let's have a look, stand by, look at all my Leathermans while you wait. This weighs 140 grams, so like yes, that Victorinox Explorer that I've just bought, that weighs 100 grams. So for 40 extra grams you get a full set of pliers. You still get a screwdriver, so this or the Wave are both great. The rebar as well is a lot cheaper, so it's good to get as for a present for someone, you know, that you don't want to spend $100 or $110 on. Yes, $110 for this. That still forces the price up a fair bit. But yeah, so this or the rebar, and you can't really wrong. But all Leathermans are good. Even the ones that I made fun of a bit, they're all great, and they're all so much better than the competitors, except for Victorinox. Victorinox make a high quality tool as well. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you later.